Welcome to this in-depth exploration of assessment for learning, a powerful approach designed to elevate educational outcomes. Often referred to as formative assessment, AFL represents a fundamental shift in how we view and utilize evaluation in the classroom. Its primary purpose is to prioritize ongoing student growth and understanding. Assessment for learning focuses intensely on the continuous process of learning, rather than solely on the end product. It is an integral part of daily teaching and learning, providing insights in real time. This continuous cycle ensures that education remains dynamic and responsive. This approach stands in clear contrast to summative assessment. While summative assessments evaluate learning at the conclusion of an instructional unit or course, AFL is fundamentally different. It utilizes frequent, often informal assessments throughout the learning journey. The core aim of assessment for learning is to actively guide student progress and to inform and adjust teaching practices. It's about using assessment as a tool for improvement, not just for measurement. We empower both learners and educators to make informed decisions about the path ahead. A foundational principle of assessment for learning is the active involvement of students in their own learning journey. Students are not merely recipients of instruction, but active participants in understanding their progress. This involvement fosters a deeper connection to the learning process itself. To facilitate this, teachers must provide clear learning objectives from the outset. When students understand precisely what they are expected to learn, they can better direct their efforts. These objectives act as a roadmap for their educational voyage. Equally important are clear success criteria. Students need to know what successful achievement of those objectives looks like in practice. This transparency removes ambiguity and sets a standard for their work. When students fully grasp both the objectives and the success criteria, they understand expectations clearly. They also gain a much clearer picture of the methods by which their learning will be evaluated. This understanding is crucial for self-regulation and goal setting. Teachers employ a wide variety of informal assessment techniques to gather ongoing data. These methods are flexible and adaptable to the classroom environment. They are designed to be integrated seamlessly into daily instruction. Examples of these techniques include strategic questioning, which can reveal depth of understanding or pinpoint misconceptions. Thoughtful questions encourage critical thinking and provide immediate feedback to the teacher. Effective questioning involves both open-ended and targeted inquiries. Observation is another powerful tool in AFL. By carefully observing students during activities, group work, or independent tasks, teachers can gain insights into their learning processes. These observations capture nuances that traditional tests might miss. Quick quizzes, short and focused, provide snapshots of comprehension on specific topics. These are typically ungraded and designed solely to inform instruction. They offer a low-stakes way to check for understanding. Exit tickets are brief, structured prompts completed at the end of a lesson or activity. They ask students to summarize key concepts, pose a question, or reflect on their learning. Exit tickets efficiently gauge overall class understanding. Peer assessment also plays a vital role, empowering students to evaluate each other's work against established criteria. This practice enhances critical thinking skills and helps students internalize success criteria. It also provides an additional source of feedback for learners. The primary purpose of these diverse techniques is to gather real-time data on student understanding. This data is immediate, relevant, and directly applicable to the current learning context. It allows for quick adjustments to instruction. It is critical to remember that these assessments are not graded. Their value lies in their diagnostic capability, not in assigning a score. They serve purely as diagnostic tools, illuminating strengths and identifying areas where support is needed. This distinction is fundamental to fostering a low-stakes environment where students feel safe to take risks and reveal what they don't yet understand. The focus shifts from performance anxiety to genuine learning. The information gathered through informal assessments forms the foundation for effective feedback. This feedback is a cornerstone of assessment for learning. It is not merely about telling students if they are right or wrong. Crucially, feedback in an AFL context must be timely. Providing feedback soon after an assessment allows students to make immediate connections to their learning experience. Delayed feedback loses much of its impact and relevance. Furthermore, feedback needs to be specific. General comments like "good job" are less effective than targeted observations. Specific feedback highlights particular aspects of a student's work or understanding. The focus of this feedback is multifaceted. It highlights what students are doing well, acknowledging their successes, and reinforcing positive learning behaviors. This affirmation builds confidence and motivation. Simultaneously, feedback identifies areas needing improvement, clearly pinpointing specific gaps or misconceptions. It doesn't just state that something is wrong, it indicates where and why. This clarity helps students understand their next steps. Effective feedback helps bridge the gap between a student's current understanding and the desired learning outcomes. It acts as a guide, showing the student the path from their present state to mastery. It clarifies the journey forward. Most importantly, feedback within assessment for learning should always be actionable. It is not enough to simply point out deficiencies. Feedback must provide concrete steps for student improvement. This might involve suggesting specific strategies, resources, or next actions for the learner. Actionable feedback empowers students to take ownership of their learning. It transforms criticism into constructive guidance, equipping students with the tools to self-correct and advance. It turns challenges into opportunities for growth. Assessment for learning profoundly informs the teacher's instructional practices. It transforms teaching from a one-way delivery of content into a responsive, adaptive process. Teachers become facilitators guided by real-time student data. Teachers actively analyze the results of informal assessments, interpreting the patterns and individual responses. This analysis is not just about identifying correct answers, but understanding the underlying thought processes. It helps diagnose learning difficulties accurately. Through this analysis, teachers can identify areas where students are struggling as a whole class or as individuals. This clear picture of student needs is invaluable for planning subsequent instruction. It directs attention to specific learning hurdles. Consequently, teachers can adjust their teaching accordingly, moving beyond a fixed lesson plan. This responsiveness is a hallmark of effective AFL. Instruction becomes fluid and student-centered. Adjustments may involve reteaching concepts from a different angle or using alternative examples. When an initial explanation isn't clear, AFL prompts teachers to find new ways to clarify the material. It encourages flexibility in instructional delivery. Another key adjustment is providing differentiated instruction, tailoring teaching methods and materials to meet diverse learner needs. Some students might require more scaffolding, while others are ready for enrichment activities. AFL enables personalized learning paths. Teachers might also modify activities to better meet the needs of their learners. If an activity proves too challenging or too simple, AFL encourages adaptation. This ensures that all students are appropriately engaged and challenged. The continuous cycle of assessment, feedback, and adjustment forms an iterative process. It is not a linear progression, but a recurring loop of observation, intervention, and refinement. This iterative process is what makes AFL so incredibly effective. Each cycle refines both student understanding and teaching strategies. Teachers learn more about their students, and students learn more about themselves as learners. This ongoing interaction optimizes the educational experience for everyone involved. Assessment for learning yields significant benefits for students, fostering a powerful growth mindset. Students learn that their abilities can be developed through effort and perseverance. Mistakes become opportunities for learning, not indicators of failure. It actively encourages continuous improvement, moving students away from a fixed mindset about their capabilities. They understand that learning is an ongoing journey of progress. This belief empowers them to tackle challenges with greater resilience. AFL also substantially increases student engagement and motivation. When students see how their efforts translate into progress, they become more invested in their learning. The immediate feedback loop fuels their desire to learn more. Furthermore, it provides students with a vital sense of ownership over their learning. They are active agents in their educational journey rather than passive recipients. This autonomy builds self-efficacy and responsibility. For teachers, AFL is equally transformative. It helps them become more responsive to student needs, leading to a deeper connection with their learners. Teachers gain a richer understanding of each student's unique learning profile. This responsiveness, in turn, leads to more effective and personalized instruction. Teachers can fine-tune their methods to cater to individual strengths and challenges. The classroom environment becomes more dynamic and supportive. The overall classroom impact of implementing AFL is profound. It creates a collaborative and dynamic learning environment where both teachers and students are active participants. The emphasis shifts from grading to growth. Ultimately, this leads to improved student outcomes across the board. Students achieve higher levels of understanding and develop stronger academic skills. Their confidence in their abilities grows significantly. Most importantly, AFL fosters a deeper understanding of the subject matter. Students don't just memorize facts, they internalize concepts and develop critical thinking skills. They learn to apply their knowledge in meaningful ways, ensuring that learning is robust and enduring.